Guys, welcome back to Handbuilt.
For no rusty piece of shit. Got every intention of making it sick.
As you can see, I've got my 260Z on the rotisserie. It's on its side. So I'll take you around the other side so we can have a look at the damage underneath with the floor rust. Okay, what we got here. This is the right-hand driver's side front floor. You can see there's a big rust hole. It's got a plate on the inside of the floor, and it also had one on the outside, sandwiching this rust in between. So yes, I've got to replace that. Just so happens I had a 260Z floor pan out in my back storage area, which isn't too bad. It's just got a little bit of a rust hole there, which I'll fix, but I can use most of that in my car. So I will do that. I do have one for the other side too, but there's not quite enough of it to fix that problem there. So that one I'll have to make. But we've also got rust in the back of the chassis rail, so I'm going to have to fix that as well on both sides. As far as Freddie's car, I'm still in the middle of making that up, but I found a new, well, not a new, I found a second-hand roof with all the roof rails and everything, so that's going to save me a lot of time with the rust that's in these roof rails. So I'm not going to have to fabricate as much as what I first was, so that's going to save me a lot of time on this car. I'm pretty happy about that, so I'm going to be going to pick that up on Friday. Nice. Okay, well, I'm going to do a little bit on mine now, so I'll put you down and I'm going to put it back the right way up so we can start cutting out from the inside. Yes, I have the guns out. It's hot. That's my excuse. Just been for a big drive in the Chally, go and pick up some stuff for Freddie. Should make life a lot easier. Ignore the rusty stuff on top. I'll just get that out of the way. What we have is a roof for a 240Z. Okay, now, as you've seen in previous videos, Freddie's is kind of rusty. Yeah, it's kind of rusty. If I can separate the skin on this other one and it's better than that, then I'll definitely use it. It'll save me work because I won't have to fix that. Yeah, and so with everything. And roof out of the back of the Challenger. I'll set it up on a bench in there and we'll have a closer look. Fun. Alright, as you can see, it looks like it's had a sunroof before and they've patched it up. They've done a reasonable job of getting it flat again. I'm gonna have to blast it because it's all surface rust. It's nothing structural. So I'm going to separate the roof skin. If it looks like it's going to be easier than flattening out the one I just fixed, I'll do this one because they've done most of the work already. Yeah, but these parts here, they definitely look like they got less rust in them than the Freddie's. And I've only just made this part, and this part looks rust-free. But I'm still going to use this if it is rust-free on the inside, because I haven't quite finished making that. And the factory parts is going to fit well. Only just made one of them, and we've got those here. But I'll leave that. So I'm going to get unstitching. If I can get that done today, I'll be happy. most certainly less rusty than the Freddy's roof frame. I mean, that's just surface rust, and that'll blast off really easy. So I'm going to unstitch this part of the frame as well and pull it out for Freddy's. Has a bit of a dent there, but that's nothing. I can straighten that out. Same with this. This is all mostly surface rust. I mean, it's a bit pitty there, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to separate all of this as well to see what it's like underneath. And if it's not too bad, I may use the original section if it looks like it's going to blast up without blowing holes in it. Freddy's has got a big rust hole here as well. I'll show you. So if that bit there on the other frame cleans up alright without blowing holes, then I will probably use that bit too. Yeah, so I'm going to unstitch most of it, see what I can use. I mean, this back corner here, as you can see, it's not real flash. Let's have a look on the frame. It's a little bit pitty. I'll see how it goes. I'll blast it up, and if it blasts up okay, I'll use it, but otherwise I'll make a new bit. I don't need that bit back there. That bit on the Freddy's has already been fixed, so I won't worry about that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to separate all of the parts that I think I'm going to use, and once they're off, I will blast them all up and put some primer on them before I weld them into Freddy's car. Obviously what I unstitch here, I've also got to unstitch on Freddy's car. So I'm going to get into it. I'm not going to make you watch it because you just watch me do the roof skin and you get the idea. Just got to drill out spot welds and chisel them apart and hope my hammerhead does not fall off this time, because it's hard hammering with a stick. Okay guys, I've got these separated. Like you can see, that's the front part where the top of the windscreen goes. Now, they're not too bad on the inside, it's just surface rust, so they should blast up alright. But what I'm hoping is, the bottom skin is out of shape. It's been stretched and doesn't really want to go back into shape with a little bit of work. So what I'm hoping is that the bottom skin on Freddy's roof isn't too bad, and I can use that with the top skin of this frame. Yeah, that's enough for today anyway. I've had enough. I'm hot, I'm hungry, I'm sweaty. I want to go up inside where it's cool and I can be unhungry and unsweaty. And yeah, I might come out tomorrow and do some on my car, and we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning. So I was gonna spend the full... Sorry, I had a friend in the shed, it just flew out. I was going to spend the full day mucking around on my car today, but I got sidetracked by musical instruments, trying to finish off a song which you probably will already have heard on this video. Anyway, doing the rust in the floor. I'm going to start on this side, the big hole, and work my way around to the other side. It's got a fair bit of rust in the floor, so I'm going to get stuck into it. That's the biggest part of this restoration. So once that's done, it's going to be all downhill. So here we've got a floor section all knocked up. Notice I've got the line, what do you call it? That part in the floor too. So it looks sort of factory. I'm going to tack screw it in now so I can get it nice and flat before I mark it out and cut it down. Cut it out, I should say. And that'll probably be about it for the day for me, because it's getting late. I wanted to get a lot more done today, but I've had so many distractions and they're all my fault. And it's all tack screwed in. Fitting pretty good actually, following all the contours. I'll show you underneath. So it's got a pretty snug fit into where the rust hole is, so it should be fine. I think that'll do for today. We'll continue on with this in the morning, see how much we can get done. Till then, cheerio. I have a big hole in the floor. As you can see, this is where the floor was rusted. It's starting to just catch the edge of the chassis rail here, rusted out there. So what I've done, I'm not going to fix it right now. What I've done, I've made an incision here and here where I want to cut it out, and then I'm going to weld this floor in, and I'm just not going to spot weld it to that section. It's because I couldn't be bothered turning the car upside down to fix that first. So I'm going to weld the floor in, fix all the other rust, and then once I've done everything here, then I'll turn the car over and then I'll fix everything underneath I have to. So I don't have to rotate it more than I have to. It may not make sense to most, but it makes sense to me. So now I'm going to treat up all of this with rust inhibitor, and then I'm going to tack weld the panel I made yesterday into position. Right-o. So I made a rookie mistake. I'm pretty peeved at myself. Angry, shitty at myself for doing this. It's gonna cost me time and clean up. I overcut the hole, made it too big, so now I've got to bridge all those gaps with weld. I could be, just make up another patch, but I couldn't be bothered, so I'm just going to weld it in. Then it's just more grinding time afterwards and more welding time. So I managed to get it all bridged up. It's just got big fat welds now I've got to grind down. I don't have to grind them down too far because I can hide most of it with this stuff here, like body tar. If this was a external panel, like a more cosmetic panel, I probably would have just made a new patch and spent the time on it, but because it's underneath the car, it's just in the floor pan, it doesn't have to be as pretty as the rest. So yeah, I just bridged it up and she'll be fine. So now I've got to work up to the next one and patch that one up. I'll work my way around. So could make the whole lot all at once, but that's just way too much hassle. I'm just going to patch it up and it'll be good. Next patch is all, it's conforming to the shape, put it that way, but I've got to trim it up and make it a little bit nicer, and then I'll this time hopefully not overcut the hole, and I'll try and undercut it, that way I can just trim it up as I'm welding it in. That would be a better idea, I think. Anyway, totally trashed my shed this weekend, and it's late Sunday, and so I better start packing up because I've got work tomorrow. So that'll be it for the day. You know the drill. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, hit the bell, all that stuff, and I'll see you next time.